I had dreamed of strong arms holding me, but in that dream, when I opened my eyes, it wasn't Tony's face I saw, nor even Miguel's, but that of Virgil Grace, sheriff of the county law enforcement unit. I missed him, and I missed my friends, Pish in particular. I missed my daily routine, baking muffins for the villagers, talking to Shiloh and Jack, visiting with Gogi and Hannah and Lizzie. I missed home, Wynter Castle and Autumn Vale. I had missed the whole summer, which I had not yet experienced in my inherited castle, hurried away by that urgent phone call the very day after Virgil and I had a romantic, delicious interlude in the long grass near the forest. As suddenly as I had flown to Spain, I made the decision to leave. Of course, I would not marry Tony. Why hadn't I answered immediately? I had closure with Miguel's fierce and irascible mother. She confessed that she had resented me taking Miguel away, even as she knew it wasn't me, but his ambition as a fashion photographer that kept him in New York. I, in turn, admitted that I had resented her when Miguel left for 6 weeks to care for her while Tony was away. It was over, both sides forgiven. I had been gone so long, but with time and distance comes perspective. I could see how I had struggled and worried about Wynter Castle, my inheritance, for 10 long months, wondering whether I could ever make it pay more than a miserly sum. It had taxed me, as had continued battles with some of the folks in Autumn Vale, and the bad luck that saw 3 deaths on my property. Life at Villa Paradiso was so easy, carefree, pleasant. Tony's persistent good nature had shown me how trouble-free my life could be. Servants took care of everything, even cooking fabulous meals, accompanied by equally fabulous wines. I spent evenings listening to Tony on the piano, or we took short jaunts to the coast to lie on the beach, then dance in the Euro-cool bar. I had been sucked into a vortex of ease. Then, like a pail full of icy water, came the shock of a life not my own anymore. Tony started making assumptions, plans, arrangements. The day jaunts extended without my knowledge into a few days away here, a couple there. He made plans and then told me what we were doing. And with whom? Miguel had done the same, which wasn't so bad because I loved him with all my heart, and I was young, eager for experience. He made it so much fun. It was different with Tony, a kind of benevolent control, an assumption of his right to guide my life. It had become irritating, and yet, every time I tried to talk to Tony, he changed the subject. So, when I awoke thinking of Wynter Castle and Autumn Vale, I knew it was long past time to go home. I hated how lazy I'd become, how accustomed to having everything done for me. Tony laughed when I whined about it one day and said I was very American to worry about my indolence. But worst of all, I had, by tiny degrees, drifted away from my friends. During the first couple of weeks in Malaga, I had made plans for when I returned, gotten involved even from afar, and missed home like crazy. That changed as Maria lingered halfway between earth and heaven. Phone calls became shorter and less frequent. As I stood staring out over the Paradiso olive groves and vineyard, I realized that I hadn't spoken to Pish for 2 weeks, and Virgil not for 3. Shiloh, my best girlfriend in the world, a sweet, fragile gypsy child, wouldn't come to the phone last time I called her at her and her husband Jack's house in town. My cell phone had died a few weeks back. I couldn't replace it until I got home, and so no one called me at the villa because the serving staff couldn't, or wouldn't, speak English.